A 3.38 Diff, very thick hoodie and hat, because all you bald guys know what I'm talking about. Nothing goes smoothly, nothing goes to plan, and in this case, a lot of pain, which has really been destroying my enthusiasm. The new radiator that I've got is actually defective. Rusted big time. Yes, that's one thing down. Friggin' freezing at the moment. I brake cleaned the hell out of this. Now let me see if you can guess what it is. I'm praying to God that's not a head gasket. I was told this would work with mine, but unfortunately it doesn't. It is awful, absolutely awful. How do, ladies and gents? And welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see, I'm all literally layered up because winter is now hit. And this time last year, luckily, I was in the garage working on Midnight, which was up for sale, but I've decided to keep her. But as my project is the E36 drift car, it means everything is outside. So it is literally full closed on body warmer, very thick hoodie and hat, because all you bald guys know what I'm talking about. But today we are going to do a big upgrade to the E36, and that is this. And what have we got here, you might ask? Let me show you, which you probably have seen anyway, because you probably read the description above. But I've had this for a few weeks now, because I've been waiting for you guys so I can open it with you. Oh. A 3.38 Diff. So guys, this is a big upgrade. The 3.38 Diff is going to transform this absolute beauty finally into a drift car. But as always, nothing goes smoothly, nothing goes to plan, and in this case, a lot of pain. So for most drifters, they know why I have gone for the 3.38. So this is off of a 318 BMW E36 because it is lower ratio than the one I've got at the moment, which will allow me to get more lower down grunt, and I'll lose top end, but as we all know, she is a drift car, so we don't need top end speed, we need lower down. So with welding this, it is a good upgrade for the E36 because it's going to be able to spin them wheels a lot more faster than having the one I've got on at the moment. And in case I do want to sell it, which I very much doubt, I can put that one back on and put it back to standard. So what we need to do is we do need to weld this up. We also are going to take out, the bushes here, because I have got pulley bushes to go in there, and there is one in the car that attaches to this one, which I have got, but we are waiting for bits. But before we can actually fit the beautiful welded diff to the E36, I've been tackling something off camera which has really been destroying my enthusiasm. So if you watched my previous video, which is in the top right hand corner now, you'd have seen that we had this problem. It is a day or so later. Let me show you why. As you all know with projects, it never goes to plan. So you notice there used to be a little reservoir here. Well, as I was doing all the coolant, bleeding it and everything, it was absolutely gushing out of the actual tank here. And if you've been following me on Instagram, you would have seen this. And after multiple bleeds and multiple times of trying to lose all the coolant and trying to get it all back, we've now found that the new radiator that I've got is actually defective. So the first thing I've got to do now is I've got to remove the radiator and I've got to send it back to get a full refund. But I have ordered another one, which you'll see once this has been removed. I guess one thing I'm glad of is it's not very much a hard job to do. It is quite quick, it doesn't take long, but the amount of coolant I've lost is loads. Because I've bled it, I've tried absolutely everything. All the different types of bleeds. I spoke to multiple people that have had it. Someone I follow on Instagram who's been really helpful, a chap called Fabio, which you might have seen from one of my other videos. He's another drifter. You might see me do it at meet him at Santa Pod. And another guy, Mad V, who's another drifter who's got some amazing cars. And yeah, they've been absolutely so helpful with regards to it, because both of them have got E36s. And yeah, I've tried both the things that they've told me to do, and then it's just, I've realised from obviously what you saw earlier on, it's just a defective rad, which is quite strange to see on a brand new one. So yeah, we've got a new one on order. Like always, it just takes time to come. So I do apologise for the last video, which did take about a couple of weeks for me to actually release it. I'm hoping that this video is not going to take as long. So if you didn't see actually my old radiator, this is the condition of it. So it was leaking obviously through here, but yet again it was leaking from there. And if you can see, I've put a load of RTV around it, but still it started to pee all out of there. So one thing I've decided to do now, because we're waiting for parts, is we've got another door for this, so why don't we just take this off and then replace it, because it's rusted big time. So yeah, let's do that. Well, there we go, guys. The new door is on. It's definitely a two-person job. Absolutely, definitely a two-person job. Getting it off, you can do it on your own, but putting it back on, yeah, you definitely want another person. Moment of truth now is to see if it obviously goes up and down. I should have probably checked this before. Let's just have a quick look. Ignition on. Well, actually, before I even do that, shut the door. Shut the door. Lock. She locks. Yes, that's one thing down. Okay, good. Let's check this. So, window. Ah, fantastic. Well, there we go. Like I say, you do need two people to do it. The downside is the inside electrics don't work to the button because they're a different connector. I can buy a new one, but at the same time, there's no one going to be in the back. So I can do it all from the front, so I won't even bother with that. For those wondering why I did change it, if you haven't seen the previous video, it's got a massive piece of rust up there, but also underneath here is a massive bit there. So we're making this drift car mint one panel at a time. So guys, it is absolutely friggin' freezing at the moment. It's like 2 degrees and got the diff in the back because we're going to get it welded. But saying getting it welded, I'm actually going to try and weld it myself. So luckily there's a chap that's a friend of the family who's got a welder and he's going to try and teach me to weld. So let's see how bad I make it. So guys, we are here getting ready to do the diff, which is over there. But I just want to bring your attention to something. So Dan and Jeanette, who are our family friends, they run a charity called Standing with Giants. Now, if none of you know who Standing with Giants are, basically they make these big silhouettes of men and women that served in the Falklands War, in World War I and World War II, to remember obviously the sacrifice that they gave to us for obviously our freedom. I've helped out with them. Jem helps out with them quite regularly. If you want to know any more about them, I'll put a link down below. It's definitely worth having a look at because obviously, like I said, the massive sacrifice that they did for our freedom, like I said. And this big sailor right here is me. So I get about a bit. There are installations all over the UK. There's one in Falklands and there's also one in Normandy. But I'll leave that with you. Let's crack on with that diff. Well, there we go, guys. It is fully welded up. I did have to stick some ice in there. Luckily, I managed to get some out over there because of the fact of it being minus overnight. So it is all good. Spins freely. She did get really hot, so hence why I put the ice in there. So I will have to clean that out big time when I get back. But yeah, we are all good. Metal plate put in there. We are all going to be fine, I think. So yeah, spot on. So guys, we are now back, and as you can see, I've got a load of brake cleaner. I've got some cheap oil, diff oil here, because what I'm going to do, because I don't think that's the same grade, but it doesn't matter, because what I am at the moment I'm doing is, because I put water in there and it's probably got little bits of crap in, like as you can see here, this is all from inside there. So I've done a lot of brake clean in there. I'm going to dump some of that in there, just to give it a swirl around, and then I'm going to seal that up with this stuff. Perfect. And then once that's done, I'm going to put that in there, which is the right stuff, 75W90, which I think that's this. Yes, it is. But I've gone for liquid moly. So that is the plan. But first of all, while that is dealing with that, I'm going to drill them out. Oh, the hell. Well, there we go. That was a lot of work, but it's out now. I have slightly gone into this, but it's not going to cause any issues. But yeah, let's crack on with the other one. Well, there we go. It was a pain, but they are now out, and luckily they're not too damaged. There's a little bit of a scuff on one of them, but yeah, we're okay, I think. So all I'm going to do now is I'll brake clean the hell out of this, but I'm going to stick, like I said, some of that in there, give it a swirl around, empty it, and then we're going to put in the good stuff. Oh, finally, all torqued down, all RTV'd, everything you can think of, plus cleaned everywhere because all that diff oil went all over here and it stinks. I hate diff oil. We have our new radiator, which is fully aluminium. So, which is supposed to help out massively. And I'm hoping, I've got it the right way around, it is all going to work as it should, unlike the other one. But it looks really, really good. The downside was I didn't realise where it was from, and I was wondering why it cost 33 quid to deliver it, and then I realised it's from Southern Ireland. So I got stung on import duty as well. But it was one of the only places, and it was cheap, or cheaper than the other ones, and now I know why. So hopefully, praying everything that it is going to work and it is not going to cause me any dramas, but time will tell. So there is something here that is going to cause a slight issue. I'm hoping it's not going to be too much of a problem, but I can see that it is going to be a pain in the ass to bleed. Now let me see if you can guess what it is. Yep, you probably got it. There is no bleed screw here. The pipe goes straight into here, which if I actually take this off, now I tried to do this earlier on and it came apart in my hand. So I'm hoping it's not going to do the same thing this time because it is quite tight in there, and I think it is. Yep. There we go. So yeah. There is also no float in there. So as you can probably see, no float or anything. There's no bleed screw. So all I can think of doing, because I am going to have to try and raise this up, the reason why this is going to be an issue is because that is going to be higher than this. So I might get air trapped in there. I'm praying to God that I don't, but we will see. Okay, so she's up on one side. I have started putting some in. It is slightly going down. Like I say, the issue is it's trying to make sure that obviously it's the right amount. I think what it's going to do is I'm going to have to just fill it up towards the point of coolant comes through here. Like I say, it is currently going down a little bit. Fingers crossed this works. Also another thing, answer to if the rocker cover actually did work and fix it. No, it did not. So I've got another one of them on order, believe it or not. Genuine, they're over 200 quid. So I bought a new one of these. It comes with another rocker cover gasket. I've ordered the ones that were Mickey Mouse ones that someone's put on previously. I've ordered about 4 of them, and I've ordered all the new rubbers here. So literally all that is going to be replaced with new. Okay, so it is nice and warm in here. We have got hot air pumping through. However, one thing we have got, which I kind of didn't concentrate too much on because I just thought it might be nothing, until I saw this. I'm praying to God that's not head gasket. If it is head gasket, that's going to be talking about 1,500 quid. Some things just add up a little bit, you know? So next job now, want to get back from work, will be do a head gasket check. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so it's the following day. I'm now, as you can probably see, checking to make sure that that was not a head gasket, or is not a head gasket. Fingers crossed it really isn't, because I've been panicking all night and all day until now to find out if it is a head gasket or not. I put it on Instagram, I spoke to a few people and they think it's just condensation because it was cold yesterday, but that was a hell of a lot of smoke coming out the back. So yeah, fingers crossed, let's see what happens. So the car's up to temperature and thank God it is blue. So it's not head gasket, so I am so relieved. It is boiling warm in there, which is absolutely brilliant. So we know all the bleeding's gone well. I just don't know what all that smoke was all about. I can only putting it down to the fact that it was freezing cold yesterday and it was just that. That's all I can think of, and I'm praying to God that is all it is. So guys, good news, it was not a head gasket that was the problem. It was just a lot of condensation, and when I took it out for a spin not long after that, because you can see we're in a garage, and I'll explain that in a minute, a lot of water came out of the exhaust, so we are okay on head gasket, thank God. In the meantime, between the last clip and now, she's had a new rocker cover put on. That was about 250 quid, genuine. Like I say, we have ended up checking to make sure it's not a head gasket. That is okay. And now we are here at This Is Your Garage. Now, This Is Your Garage is a place where you can bring your car. It is in Culham, in Oxfordshire, and basically you rent a ramp to work on your car. And as I'm doing the diff, it's completely hammering it outside every day at the moment because we're in December. It is cold, so I thought, why not rent a bay for a few hours and get it done properly on a ramp, and it's going to make things 10 times more easier. So let's just crack on with it. But yet again, this will give you a chance to have a look at how clean it is underneath here. We are using a 4-poster, so I've got a huge amount of room here. I don't need to worry about these bushes here because obviously on the new one, which is over there, with all my poly bushes, that's going to be fine. It is just getting this one out. But I did speak to the owner. He said it shouldn't be a problem because he'll give me a hand or what have you to try and get this out. But this is pretty simple to get out. It's just literally knock this one out, knock that one out, remove this one, remove that one. Obviously these at the same time, and then out she comes. This is why it's great coming somewhere where they got all the tools. You see what I mean in a minute. Moment of truth, getting that out. So that was a pig to get out actually, and like I said, I'm glad I got this because that would have been a nightmare, and I had another set of hands. Trying to get that off on your back is an absolute nightmare. So now I've got to try and get this bush out here. Luckily, like I say, being at this garage, they've got tools that could hopefully do that. I've just got to remember, this is one thing guys, whatever you do, take that out prior to doing it. Otherwise you're going to be in a bit of a pickle because you could break that off. Like I say, now we've got to take that out, and I've got my polys over there. There we go, the old diff is out. New one is ready. I've just literally put all the poly bushes in these two. We've still got to get the one out from over there. We're just getting the tool now. So yeah, hopefully soon, fingers crossed, it will be good. Like I say, this is the other one I've got. Oh! At one point I thought, oh, I'm missing something. There was this gaping hole. I've not fitted these before, and then that's what that's for. So from what I can understand, this will go on here like so, and then this little one here will go on there to stop that from going through. But they were quite simple to go in actually. I thought they were going to be more difficult, but that was actually quite simple. So guys, nothing seems to ever want to go to plan for me on this car. But if you can see here, there's a massive height difference. These caps here, completely different. I was told this would work with mine, unfortunately it doesn't. So I'm having to put the standard one back in, and I'm going to have to take it out at a later date to get that one welded rather than trying to put that one in. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these off and I'm going to get these pushed out, get the one pushed out that's on the car, and at least poly it, at least do something that I've been meaning to do today. I'm absolutely gutted. So while I was here, I've got rid of the old bush that was in here. That was an absolute ball ache to get out. We've put that in. So the idea now, unfortunately, because that diff, them two diffs do not work, I've got to take that one away. Luckily the chap is allowing me to park it outside for a few days. So I'm going to go take that away, get it welded, come back on Wednesday next week, and then we're going to fit it. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is going to go a lot better. So apologies, this video is going to take ages to come out. So guys, we are back again at This Is Your Garage. It is now a week after what you've just seen. The diff is all welded. I've had that all done. We're now underneath. I have found another little problem. So it seemed like whoever has done this, I think I might have shown you this before, but the power steering bottle there is not held in properly. It's loose and it is peeing power steering fluid out. So that's something I'm gonna have to look at. And from what I can see, it's this pipe here, because this is the one that's coated most. And from what I can see, I don't think where it's actually going up from the top there, it's got about this much travel. So I think I just need to undo it and put it back in, and hopefully that'll fix it, but we'll see. But we got the diff down here, all welded up, got the poly bushes in, and we've got obviously the poly bush in there. So now we just need to put it back in, and I'm hoping this is all going straight forward. So yeah, fun. Another quick thing, guys. I think I've said this before multiple times. I put the old bolts back in here because then I don't lose them. So I would always recommend, whenever you're doing a job like this, just put the old bolts somewhere where, or in the original place, because then you definitely won't lose them. The other thing that's a bit of a pain, at a later date, we are going to lower this. So I ended up buying the spacers that go in here, that go between them. I have got the ones for the other diff, but obviously they won't fit on this one. And I hate to say it, I ordered it from a guy, same guy I bought the other one from, and I said, I need them for today. So I ordered them Monday, it is now Wednesday, and I said, please put them on a 24-hour. I'll even pay extra if need be. He said, no, don't worry about it, because we'll put it no charge as 24-hour. He put it as 48. So I'm here now, and they're getting delivered today. So it's gonna be another job where I'm gonna have to take these out, which are an absolute pain to fit them. So yeah, it's just one of the things you just think, oh, my luck, typical my luck. So guys, that was an absolute pig of a job to do. I can't see how people do this on their back. There is no way I'd want to do this on my back. I'd want to do it on a ramp like this. The biggest problem, so for those people who are doing poly bushes as well, is getting that washer there in place while putting the bolt in here. This one, it was an absolute nightmare because it kept falling off. So now all it is down to torquing it. These are 77 and this one here is 95. Right, so they are all torqued to the correct spec. Like I say, 77 and 95 back here. Do not forget, guys, to plug this back in, because otherwise you will not get your speed correct. So this is where it's going to be a pig, isn't it? Oh, it goes inside. Okay, there we go. Whoop, in we go. Like I say, guys, there's no way I'd want to do this on my back. Be very careful with this as well, guys, because you do not want to get that caught on your diff or anything when you are installing. Well, thank God that's done. That's the anti-roll bar done. That's the diff put in. All these bolts here. Now I wish I had that spacer which goes literally within here, and they've got different bolts, because this side is an absolute pig to do, because as you can imagine, you've got the exhaust in the way. So yeah, that is done, but that's going to have to come off again. Anti-roll bars in, but that's also a pig to get to, because obviously this bit here getting in there with a spanner and a ratchet. But yeah, everything is now all put together. These are going to get changed along with the suspension, because that's one thing I have on order today, but that'll be in another video. But yeah, we have got another couple of jobs. One is a handbrake, because it is not that great, and it definitely isn't going to work if I do want to actually test out this diff somewhere. But also when I did do these here, this is another reason why I love having a ramp. So I use that, I stuffed that there underneath the tyre. Like they say, work smarter, not harder. Okay guys, so that is everything torqued. That is the diff in, all torqued down. That is all the shafts and everything all sorted. I think they were like 33 Newton meters, so I've just done them hand tight because they're going to be coming off at some point soon. I've just adjusted the handbrake so we can hopefully drive out of that at some point, somewhere. But now this is the last thing I've got to do, and that is this. So for everyone that has actually watched me installing the M50 manifold, top right hand corner now, if you haven't seen it, when I did try to spin the back wheels out and about, this culprit here, and a lot of you already know, I should have known this anyway, but I put it all back together because I wanted to make sure obviously the car ran properly. This is what stops me from doing it. So what happens is if the car recognizes the fact that the back wheels are spinning, inside here is a valve, butterfly valve. It will slam shut to stop the oxygen getting in, to drop the revs, to stop allowing power to go to the back. So this is now getting removed. So kind of scratch that idea. Now this is why. So as you've seen, I've removed this. Now this is what I was talking about where I say the back wheels will stop spinning, because if the car feels it, it'll clamp that shut, no oxygen gets through, and then like I say, no power, which means the wheels will stop spinning, and then bang, it will open up again very quickly to allow power to go to the back wheels. The issue I've just found out, and I need, or you would need, a different pipe, because, whoop, put that over there. So this pipe here is a lot bigger than that one, so it's not going to fit. However, what I'm going to do is I am going to still fit this because I don't have that pipe, but I'm not going to put the cable through, which attaches to this bit here, and I'm not going to put the sensor on, which goes on there. I'm going to leave them cable tied there and just bolt this back on, so it's still going to run freely. It just will not do that when it feels obviously the wheels are about to spin. If you do want to remove it altogether, you can do. You just need to get a smaller pipe to be able to obviously redirect straight to the MAF sensor. But I'm not going to do that because I don't have it here. So I'm going to bolt it back and just leave it unconnected. So I might have said this already when I did the M50 manifold, but when you're doing the bolts inside here, you need to pack up this because the bolt won't go all the way through, especially if you're doing the conversion. It will literally get up to the actual thread and that's it, it won't go through. So after all that, I just spent the last half hour doing all this and I didn't need to do it. I could have just pulled all that out, but I could put another pipe in later on maybe. But if it works, I'll just leave it like that. There's no harm in it, there's no extra cost in it. It probably cost me, I don't know, probably took about 20-30 quid for a new pipe. It might be less, might not be, but the car is now done, so let's head home and see how she does. So guys, we are on our way back now. I've just had to stop off at the parts place to get them rear link rods, as you saw earlier on, because they are shot on the back, and it is going to be a thing that we are going to do along with the coilovers. Now, I am going to say, I have bought some. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. You have to wait and watch to the next video. But I have bought some, so that is going to be coming up very, very soon. But you hear that? Oh, right. So what's it like driving with a welded diff? It is awful, absolutely awful. So there is no way that I'm going to drive this car around. It is literally going to be trailing everywhere. I've got friends of mine like DK who basically he drives his car to and from drift events. I ain't going to do that because this is, like I say, it's not nice to drive all the way back it has been awful. Absolutely awful. And like when I was just at the parts place just now, so it's a Motor Factors, but right next door to it is a main dealer, and because I usually go there for MOTs, or used to go there for MOTs, and so they know me. He saw the car and he was like, Nick, what is wrong with that? I said, it's got a welded diff in the back. He's like, oh, now explain that awful noise. I was like, yeah, I didn't know quite what to expect. Well, I did. I know people are out there thinking, what do you expect? I totally get it, but for the people that actually drive cars around with welded diffs, fair play to you. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do exactly like a lot of other people. I am going to literally drive it onto a trailer, drive it to the event, put it back on the trailer. I said this anyway because just in case something happens to the car while I'm there, it's just not worth it. So yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm just coming up to a friend of mine's house now, who's got a little private track. We're gonna have a chat about it in a second, and he has said that I can quickly just spin up the wheels just to see if it works, because now obviously I've taken off the traction control. We've got to see obviously if that works. So yeah, let's do that. Definitely works. I had a quick pull of the handbrake. That don't work. Even though it is tighter, definitely tighter, it's not helping. My friend Steph keeps pushing me to bring it to Learn to Drift to do on the track days. The car's not ready yet. It needs its hydro handbrake. I know you can drift without it, but I really think I need that. So we have got other things coming as well. I need obviously seat, I need a harness, and a few other bits and pieces. But like I say, they are on the card, so it is going to be next year, unfortunately. We are in December, it is Christmas. By the time you're watching this, for me right now, it is Christmas next week. So it is going to be next year. So guys, we are now back home and I am absolutely shattered. It has been a real long video to create. I've looked at the last video that came in and this one has taken me a month. So many circumstances have not gone to plan, and like always, Dakota, leave me alone. Sorry, I've got my two boys fighting in front of me. So yeah, unfortunately circumstances have arisen and things just not gone to plan. Like everything, you know, you try and put things in place and it just doesn't always work out. But we have now got there. So yet again, I've got home and this arrived 2 days late. And they are, yes, the spacers. But never mind, like I said, we have now got suspension. So when I end up doing the suspension, these will be fitted at the same time. And these are an absolute pain to fit because like you saw, trying to get in on the left side where the exhaust is just an absolute nightmare. But I've got something else to show you guys. Now this, what I've got here, will tell you about something else I do have in the garage ready to fit to the car. So it's taken a month for this to arrive, so I was very excited when I saw this as well, and that is, ta-da! I hunted high and low for some yellow harnesses. So though, yes, that does mean I have got a seat. It's only a driver's one for the minute. That is in the garage. I've also got a frame for it, so that will be either in the next video or the video after. It depends on what I do with regards to the suspension. I could do the seat and suspension in one, or I could just do the suspension. But at the moment, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just trying to get this video out to you guys. Please put some comments down below, guys, of what you thought of the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. It has been an absolute pain with all the setbacks, but we have now done it. Welded diff car to drive is horrible in my opinion. So like I said, she's not going to be driven on the road. She is going to be trailered about. Please hit like, Please hit subscribe to give it more future content from me here at Sparrow Motion, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care, stay safe. Ta-da.